Do you know your
your
mic was on?
Yeah,
like his intro.
That's why I was doing it, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
Oh my
back
God.
to another edition of Third Down Thursdays. I'm Coach Bruce. The gentleman next to me, that is MJ and Cy, our producer. Hey. And in the background, we got Connor being a baller, doing his thing. All right. So, real quick, I want to start off on a somber note. Shout out. We lost a really, really good one earlier this week. Well, I lost a really, really good one. We, in general, lost a really, really good one. Shout out Bob Mazlak. Rest in paradise, man. He was a huge Notre Dame fan, huge White Sox fan, just a really, really, really nice guy. And he commented it a few times on our show, instigating MJ, having some fun, just goofing around.
There we go.
Yeah, so I definitely wanted to start. I mean, it sucks to start off on such a somber note. However, I thought that it would be only appropriate to start off with that.
Hate the White Sox, but he was a good guy.
Fair. All right, with that being, there's no easy transition out of that, MJ. So I'm going to start off with this. USA! Dude, I have not been so pumped for a hockey game in years.
Really?
I'm not even kidding. I have like totally gone like full dive into the deep end with this shit right now. Do I know like an extensive amount of things about hockey? Not at all. Am I totally hitching my fucking wagon to that bandwagon? Hell yes, I am.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Can I say
yes, we are.
real quick before we
start? Here it is.
I didn't know y'all were going to jump right into it, but
we're not jumping into it.
Oh my God.
You said hockey.
Man.
So
that's the
what?
segment. I'm going to introduce a brand new segment on the show.
Oh my God.
And I have a sound effect for it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm
starting it right away. We're not even saying how you doing or anything.
Hey, we don't have to. You got an hour, Bruce.
Unbelievable.
You got an hour.
Bruce, I'm good. I got a haircut.
Y'all are good.
I'm good. I got to shave. I got to shave. That's it. I'm good. All right, let's go.
We're introducing the brand new segment. It's an hour-long TDT episode for today.
Oh, okay.
So as y'all talk about hockey before it happens, I'm going to introduce the brand new segment called The Brood News.
Oh. I'm intrigued.
Well, good sir.
You're welcome. So USA and Canada, you got it, Bruce. I got to put this on so I know when to cut.
Gotcha. Go for it. Oh, my bad. Oh, wait, you cut out. I didn't even know you cut out. All right. Anyway, dude. This is legit the first hockey game I've been excited for. Probably since like 2000. Shit, the last time the Blackhawks won. So what was that? 2016? No, that was Cubs. I think it was like 15, 14. I
was in high school.
Was it 14 then?
Yeah, 14 or 15.
Anyway, dude, I'm pumped for it. I'm looking forward to it. I think the physicality of the United States is going to do really well. However, our guy Coach Kenny made very, very valid points about Team Canada. Canada, blame Canada. Well, yes, because I think Canada actually does have better, like from a skill position standpoint. I think Canada's actually better from the things I've read. So shout out to the Athletics. Aren't we all? But dude, I'm not even kidding. Like I said though, I'm hitching my wagon to that bitch. I'm gonna ride that motherfucker up the freaking rails, and I'm gonna see what happens. Have some fun. I cannot wait. I can't wait. Guess what? You're not going to see the United States boo Canada's freaking anthem. Guarantee it. What? It's about to happen right now. I guarantee there's going to be no boos. And you get. But you know what though? You poked the bear. You poked the bear. No, scratch that. You poked the eagle.
And you know what? That's illegal here.
Exactly. You poked that eagle. Now eagle's going to come clawing at your face. I don't even know what that man. Like a screech, I think. You know what I'm saying?
I like this. I like this comment a lot. U.S. Houston Glenn Connor. I like that.
Yeah, it's not bad. That's not bad. I like that.
Blame Connor Davis.
C. Davey. Blame him.
Like no joke. So I don't know if you were working or not. On Saturday during the Canada's and the U.S.'s first game. Did you watch any of it or anything like that?
I didn't watch it, but I watched highlights for probably the length of the game because I watched that fight sequence over and over again, probably like 10 times.
I will say,
I feel like I watched it.
Fair. Well, I mean, dude, the hits in that game were brutal. Like the checks were awesome. Like it was just fun. Like Team USA came out with like the physicality aspect. I'm curious to see if they do the same thing and with the adjustments that Canada makes tonight. I wish there was a lot smarter people with hockey that were available to talk to us right now because I'm actually genuine. Huh?
Did you see? This has nothing to do with strategy. Somebody posted one of the hits, and they were like, "Joel Embiid is now out 2 to 4 weeks after watching this video."
No, it was FanDuel. I reposted that. Yeah, it was hilarious.
Oh yes,
it was. Yeah, I reposted that for FanDuel because
like from an official account.
Yeah, seriously, I'm like, wow, they're even freaking just like clowning this dude because
taking shots.
Well, I mean, we're going to talk about it a little later. I guess that's a good like segue into something that I wanted to kind of speak to a little later because we're going to talk a little bit of basketball too at the end. But but I did want to touch on this point too, MJ. And I'm curious to actually know your thoughts on this. And like, I know you're not like a huge, huge hockey fan. I mean, Sai, you can jump in on this and like talk about that too. I think hockey has done a very, very good job of catching lightning in a bottle, as I kind of talked about earlier today or earlier the pre-show talk.
Yes, ye old lightning in bottle.
Get that pineapple. But woo! But the question is, how can the NHL maintain this incredible momentum that they're on? You know what I'm saying? Because they've done an amazing job of setting this 4 nations thing, and I'm sure they're going to expand it at some point because I think Russia like banned their players from participating in this, which is fine, whatever.
Shocker.
Right? And I think Germany, for whatever reason, didn't allow their players to play either. But that being said, though, genuinely, how can and if you don't have an idea, like you don't have an idea, but how can the NHL actually like maintain this momentum?
Well, I think what they're encapsulating is like what everybody loves about hockey, which is literally just fights. Like, I understand that that's not all hockey is, but at the end of the day, the big hits, the emotion, the physicality, like that's what people love. And so when you have such a clearly defined rivalry like this, where you get 3 fights in 9 seconds, everybody knew from that first puck drop what was going on. Even the refs were commenting on it. They're mic'd up. They're like, dude, that was awesome. Like, you don't get that in any other sport. Somebody breathes on Patrick Mahomes wrong, and Chris Collinsworth is moaning and groaning in the freaking announcer's booth.
Oh, like that Mahomes
take care of Patrick Mahomes himself later. Like the sports are so different. There's not and you know, I get what Kenny's saying. It really is a Canadian sport. I get it. But like at the end of the day, the reason the United States media loved it so much is because the patriotism of it, all of that. So translating that to the normal NHL, you can't do that necessarily. This is their all-star format now, right? That's correct. What they're doing. So I like it for that. I think it's much better and much more applicable, honestly, in hockey than in anything else. I don't know how you translate that to the regular season, but it's very clear what kind of hockey products the country wants to see. So now the NHL, it's the ball's in their court. How do you market it like that? Market more rivalries, market more physicality, more intense play. Obviously, you don't want to take it too far, but at the end of the day, that's why people like hockey. So,
you know, hold on a second. Sorry, I'm texting Connor in the background to see if he can pull a video for me. So no, I 100% agree with you. And I think the geographical rivalry that's been kind of amplified from the 51st state has decided to become like a big time thing right now, and I think that helped. I think that's was it like it's a coincidence type timing thing. I really do think that, and that's why I think that the appropriate verbiage right now for lightning in a bottle is the absolute best possible thing for this situation. All right, so how can they maintain this? You got to market it. You have to market it. You have to show, like, I mean, I get that we've moved past the idea of big hits and like beer drinking and hanging out with the guys and blah blah blah. I don't know. There's a part of me that when I watch hockey, that's exactly what I want to do. I want to grab a beer. I want to sit down on the damn couch. I want to see big hits and big tits. That's but that's what
he said it for us.
Whoa,
he said it for us.
But seriously, I want to hang out with the guys, see big hits and see big tits, and then and just chill with a freaking eagle in the background, freaking roaring like crazy with a big, powerful freaking Chevy V8, just like roaring at the top of its lungs. Dude, it's just, I don't know. I guess it brings hockey brings out the meathead in me. Do I know anything about the actual I mean, I kind of have an idea of it. I know what an offsides, I know icing, I know all that shit. But do I know the names of the players? No. Do I know the things that I need to know to the generic aspect to it? Yeah, of course I do. But to speak to your point a little bit earlier too, about the differences between each respective league's all-star game. This is by far the best right now. This is by far the best. And they need to maintain this. And I think I read something about them repeating this every 2 years instead of it being a yearly thing. So that way it doesn't get, I guess, oversaturated, for lack of a better way to put it.
Yeah, repetitive.
Correct. And yeah, dude, I love it. I think it's a great thing. I mean, you see what the NFL has done with the Pro Bowl. It's a flag football game with a whole bunch of other meaningless shit behind it. The NBA All-Star game is an absolute joke. I'd much rather have Kevin Hart give jokes for 10 minutes instead of watching basketball.
We'll get to that later, but yeah, I mean,
we're gonna get to that. Yeah, you're correct.
The MLB All-Star game is the closest thing to some sort of competition, and that's because, correct me if I'm wrong, it determines home field advantage,
correct?
Right, for the World Series. So you actually do have to somewhat.
Does
try.
It still?
Some pitchers do sit out due to they can't throw, but when you have a lot of your best guys who are really going out there for just an inning to try to, ideally, especially for playoff caliber teams, to get their guys possible
an extra home game. Yeah, it's a real.
It means something.
It actually means something.
The only aspect to it that kind of scares me in that regard, though, is you're relying on, and I don't disagree with you at all, because you're trying to make it interesting, you're trying to make it competitive. So that's what you should do. Make it have fuck all the. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have monetary stuff attributed or contributed to whatever winner or whatever. However, I do think that if you make something meaningful at the end of it, such as home field advantage, it's a good thing. But you can see where it would backfire too, though, because it's just an exhibition game. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I mean, it has backfired, but
it has.
At the end of the day, you're gonna do what you're gonna do, and I think that's the closest thing they have come to actually having something competitive.
True, dude. Right now, they're doing introductions for the game, and I don't know if you could hear it in the background, but the crowd's just absolutely booing Team Canada right now. They're not booing.
They don't boo their anthem.
They're not booing the anthem. They're just doing the introductions, and they're just booing. All right, so real quick, I think Connor's gonna pull this video that I asked him to grab. But so PK Subban, he's a freaking badass defenseman, retired now, obviously. He's been on ESPN, and he did an amazing job of talking about the differences and why the NHL has suddenly been a league obviously hardcore recent that is something that people want to watch. And it was an awesome freaking. Oh, you got it. Good. All right. It was an awesome freaking thing. It's really, really good. It's about a 2-minute long clip, courtesy of ESPN. So shout out to ESPN, the one good thing that you guys provide. So I kind of want to get your, I want to get your guys' reaction to this real quick. Whenever you're ready, Connor.
In terms of the money, you're probably right. There is a lot of money. But once again, I asked the question, what are you playing for? If you're really about it, if you're really about sports, then you're about two things, your teammates and the fans. And I'm sorry, it doesn't matter how much money you're making. When you do not show up to play, you're letting your teammates down. When you do not show up to play, You're letting the fans down that are paying you 40, 50, 60 million. I don't care if you're getting 300 million. Congratulations. But these people in here are paying $2,500 a ticket, $5,000, that are blue-collared, hard-working people. If you don't get your head wrapped around that, you shouldn't be in pro sports. Because how are we going to grow? How do we expect you to be an example? Well, guess what? You don't want to be? You are one. You're on the biggest stage. You just said it. They make the most money. You're an example. You got to show up. You got to take that on. I'm sick and tired of making athletes greats, all-time greats, that aren't the best examples. Those are the people that we want our kids to follow, that we want athletes to follow. That helps us in our game. Stephen A., you want athletes to be educated on this and understand this. They got to understand the importance of showing up to the All-Star game and being on the court and playing banged up sometimes and playing injured maybe at times. Thank you. And participating, because here's the thing. Because you're making 100, 200, 300 million, you should be out there banged up. You should be. That's why we pay you, is to max out. We talk about greatness and it being the longevity of somebody's career. I don't care if you play 50 years. I want your best 10. I want you on the court dominating. I want you to go all out. I want Michael Jordan. I want Kobe. That's what I want in every sport. That's the guy that I follow. You're a different version than that, you don't get my respect.
I love it, dude. The meathead in me, like, I don't even know if you heard me clapping. I'm just like, yeah.
He's not wrong.
That to me is, he's talking about excellence.
Correct.
Like, I think there's a difference between, like, excellence is greatness all the time, if that makes sense.
Right.
You can have a great moment. You can have a great year, a great couple years.
Linsanity was a great moment.
Yes. Excellence is continued greatness. Excellence is, I'm going to do this every day, no matter what. It's not, oh, boo-hoo. I mean, I think he makes a great point about all of the fans who could have paid to go to that game to see LeBron James. Like, the fans who went to that hockey game got what they paid for and more. Okay? They got the product that they wanted. They got dinner and a show. Right? That is what you want to see. And I don't want to get too much in the basketball because I know we're going to talk about that later. But like,
right.
The hockey version, that is worth what the price of admission was. And that's what you want to see. They didn't care if they were banged up. I know Russia held their guys out, but like, that's a political thing. Mm-hmm. This is, these guys are playing with each other. They could have rivalries, they could whatever, but for the United States, they're going to go out there and they're going to knock some heads.
No rivalries, no differences. They're just out there to get on that ice and play some hockey and show them who the best country is.
So
not any other sport can do that, and that's what makes it just, it's just so drastically different.
Yeah,
I think there's a bigger picture right now. Like, I'm gonna try to pull us back to a more macro view of the NBA. I mean, like, not, you know what? I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that for our NBA talk, because I kind of want to pull back and talk more and expand on that shit, because with their viewership being lower and stuff like that, I'm just curious to, because Subin actually says some great shit right there about the reasons why the NBA, and like, you made a great point too, by the way, about like sustained excellence. That's what it is. It's just, that's what you want to see with excellence, is sustainability.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm not gonna bring my comment up right now, because I don't want to ruin it for the other stuff. I don't want to get distracted. But what time we got? Oh, perfect, actually. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you need some. Oh, by the way, they booed the anthem a little bit. Now it's time for
which anthem?
They're in Boston, so they booed Canada's a little bit. It wasn't that bad. Hold on.
Okay.
It's okay. Oh, I love it. They're cheering They should have gotten freaking what's his face from the Blackhawks to do the this chick sounds good, but I just want like that, like strong, like, oh, say can you see by the door. All right.
Oh, he's
all right.
Whoa.
Get it, bro. Get it. All right. So real quick, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, with good car insurance comes good people, and with good people, put them in the car. We're not gonna expand on
What?
that. There was
What?
there was some inappropriateness that was trying to.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeff is kind of hot. So I'm just saying, roll the commercial, damn it.
Here's to the grown-ups. Your car is now your office, stage, nursery. Sorry, Erie Insurance offers products that lots of other companies don't. That's a big deal, and it's a good deal too. And with Erie, you get your own independent agent, not a giant corporate call center or some online robot. You meet with a real person, like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
And when you call Jeff Wertetny at 704-464-4544, let him know that TDT Media sent you, and he will hook you up with some amazing road rage.
Heck yeah, bro.
What?
Whoa,
Whoa.
I hold that too.
Whoa.
Wait, that's terrible too. Shit. All right, real quick, guys.
Talk to you.
Yeah, it is time for the segment of the century. It is time for the best segment in podcast history. The man, the myth, the legend himself, the limousine riding, woo, jet flying, woo, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, son of a gun. I missed like one line in there, damn it, but I'm going to keep running with this shit. Connor Davis with the Davis division. Let's go. What up, Connor? Welcome back.
Let me talk to you.
Connor, why'd you moan?
Yeah.
Why did I moan?
Yeah.
I ain't moaning.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure about that.
What you
I
got
felt
for
like
us,
I heard
Connor?
you.
What you got for us,
Why
dog?
being huzzies?
Mm.
All right. You know what I'm here to do. I'm here to talk about some football.
Well, let's get it, bro.
That's what I do. That's what I do. So let's talk about some football.
Okay, bro.
All right.
Bro.
So I'm going to put a ticker at the bottom, but I will explain it in just a second. So the
Am I
2025.
not allowed to look at it still?
No, you're good. Yeah. I was just didn't want you to see the brood news that I had made for the first segment.
Oh, word. Got you.
That's all I had. But the 2025 NFL salary cap is increasing for the second year in a row. So in 2023, the salary cap was 224.8 million. 2024, it was 255.4 million, and now it's going to increase again anywhere between 277.5 million and 281.5 million. So that's anywhere between an 8 to 10% increase from what it was prior. But if you have any questions on how this is calculated, which is the reason that it is not set in stone yet, which is why it says anywhere between these two numbers, it's because it's on a collectively bargained formula. So that's how it's calculated, and it's kind of going into like the league revenues and everything. An ESPN article I have pulled up also notes that the NFLPA is working on the adjustments to this number to determine the correct formula for this year, because every year the formula does change, which is interesting to note. So I also want to say that last year they kind of messed up the formula, and it should have been 265 million. Are you serious? And they got it wrong based on the formula that they had set. Yes, I am very serious, if you could hear him. So I want to ask y'all, and this is very interesting because I am a Saints fan, and we are actually at the worst cap, this, in the league. So
fucking screwed.
in terms of teams like the Saints, I'm not trying to make this a Saints segment. So in terms of team like the Saints and anyone else that may be below the cap, teams that are close to competing, if not already there, are they going to try to restructure contracts to stay above the cap for the next season now that they have a $20 million increase or a $25 million increase to maybe have a playoff berth and show something they might have not shown before?
Bruce, I'll let you go first because I've got some extra stuff that Connor didn't bring up. But go ahead.
Okay, word. My biggest thing here, dude, is the consideration of dead money that the teams are already accruing with whatever situations that they may have. Now, remember, after they let someone go and say "fuck off," bye, don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. They can kind of toss that money down the line, which a lot of teams do. Rams. So currently, right now, according to Over the Cap, I don't know if you guys have heard that website. I really like that website. It's pretty solid. The team with the highest dead money, shocker, the Cleveland Browns.
Big
Sorry.
yuck.
Sorry. No, you're good, man. That was funny as hell. So that's not a surprise. So if you think your Saints are in a bad, well, they are in a bad position. But if you think your Saints are in a bad position, at least you're not the Cleveland Browns. All right. So I do think that there's a possibility of teams being like, okay, this gives us the ability to have that guy that has 1 year left on his contract. And we overpaid him. Like, he's a tight end. He plays for the Chicago Bears. Oh my God, why is he on this team? Oh, well, you know what? Bye. So there's a possibility of that. And the nice thing about it too, though, is if you decide to have the balls to make a big time money move, and trade like your first, like a first round pick or whatever, decide to like make a big push, because like, I mean, look at the Lions. The Lions are a team that comes to my mind, honestly. Even dude, MJ, even your Packers like come to my mind right now as a team that can be like taking full fucking advantage of the situation like this. Because you know what the Packers need? They need a fucking wide receiver. So
Devontae Adams.
So all I'm saying is,
it's a little scratchy.
This situation right now, with the cap in my opinion, skyrocketing, it's good for teams that want to decide to make it. It's good for both sides, to be honest with you. It's good for teams that are in shit cap situations, because it's not going to hurt them as much if they end up tossing that money down the road. But it's also really, really good for the teams that are in need of, let's just say, some help to do that little playoff push.
So here's what's even bigger than this. The new collective bargaining agreement will be before the 2029 season. If you take a look, and I'll give some credit, I did some of my own research, but it was prompted by Brett Coleman on Twitter,
Nice.
who
good follow.
Made a post about Jeff Lurie, owner of the Eagles. And what Jeff Lurie did is he recently sold, he owns a very successful multi-billion-dollar media company. What Jeff Lurie found out, what people have started to find out, is that starting in 2029, with the new CBA that will be negotiated, the NFL has already stated that they will start including smart TVs into their viewership calculation. And I don't have to explain to you guys how many views that will add to the calculations. So the rough estimate, if you look at how many Americans have smart TVs and you put all that together, is the salary cap may jump 25 to 35% on top of the normal increases in that year. So if you look at what the Eagles did, they're basically not even paying Jalen Hurts until 2029. He has so much backloaded into options and bonuses that are paid out in 2029, because Jeff Lurie is basically banking on the fact he sold $650 million worth of ownership in the Eagles, sold part of his media company, and then said, I don't care, I'll pay it in 2029. So to your point, Bruce, not only can teams do it now with the salary cap, which is always a thing. The salary cap has always increased almost every single year. That's why we're at the point where we're at. But there is a bigger increase coming. And so if you have somebody like a Jalen Hurts that you're planning on having around for the next 5 years, you can backload the crap out of their deal. So for instance, somebody like the Eagles could go get Myles Garrett.
That'd be scary. Can you imagine?
Backload his deal. The Packers can go to get Devontae Adams, stack void years on the end, which they can already do. But now they know even if they have to pay it in 2029, there's going to be a massive media deal coming. So I don't think we are wholeheartedly prepared for what some of this offseason and especially the next couple will bring, because there are going to be some very
big time
nifty, freaky stuff going on in free agent contracts. And yes, I said freaky.
Dude, so actually to speak to that point, I don't know if you heard about this week at all, but Netflix has decided to throw their fucking hat in the ring and say, listen, CBS and Fox, their contracts are up with the NFL in 2029. And Netflix now wants to be like, yo, listen, here's the crazy thing though. I read that the NFL can actually like terminate those contracts. I mean, obviously have a little bit of a penalty, but it's at that point now. Like, I think that the NFL has been with Fox since 1995 or something like that.
Long time.
Me love you, long time. So, dude, you're not wrong, dude, because this could get kind of crazy. This could be Major League Baseball crazy with the backlog. And here's the thing too, though. At some point, the owners are they're gonna be keep stuff in their pockets, but how much further along are you going to throw these? And we talked, MJ, you and I don't even know if you remember this, but do you remember, like, we had this conversation a few years ago talking about Canada just scored. We had that conversation a few years ago, I think, MJ, about the backlog or the tossing contracts and backloading. There you go, backloading all these contracts. And I think the Rams were the first team to really start doing that, and that's off the top of my head. But man, you're right. We got a lot of crazy shit coming down the way in the next like 4 to 5 years.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, but I love it. I love it.
Same. What else you got for us, Cy? What are your thoughts, Cy? Since you're on camera, bro.
I mean, I agree with these fluky deals with this, like with the salary cap increasing. Like, if you think it's like, how I look at it is like, if you think it's bad now, just wait. More money means more time for masterminds like Howie Roseman and think of something that's so creative yet so out of the box. Like, there's a strong possibility, since we keep talking about Jalen Hurts, that they restructure his contract and they to keep pushing money down the line, because they have the ability to do that. If they can restructure, like they can resign Dallas Goedert and be like, hey, we're gonna give you only 5% of your money now, but 95% of it in like 15 years. Like,
you know what I'm curious? Go ahead. Sorry, Cy. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's just these NFL teams that keep getting smarter. They keep hiring people specifically for the fact of, hey, why not we just have these guys prepared to think of all these ways? And it's going to keep getting more crazy. It's going to keep getting more in depth, and we're going to keep, like, as casual fans or as like media people, we're going to be like, wow, how are they doing this? Because that's how crazy it's going to be. Whatever we're thinking, it's probably not even going to happen. That's how crazy that's how crazy these ideas are going to be. That's what's going to happen.
I don't know.
Which makes it cool. It makes it interesting. As a fan, I would be excited, because that means in reality, any 32 teams could compete, because they can all do deals like this, from a bigger market team to a small market teams.
It's true. So the only thing that I'm actually really curious about, and this is a conversation that I'm gonna have to have probably on the side with somebody that knows a lot more, is what's the insurance that these players are going to be given? Because NFL contracts are not guaranteed. The only guarantee that the players have are that upfront signing bonus. You know what I'm saying?
Bruce, that's what they're doing, is they're backloading, paying
the signing. That's interesting. I don't know. I'm just interesting to see. I'm curious to know what they're doing, what they plan on doing with like insurance purposes, and like if a player gets injured like badly, like a torn ACL or blown out knee or whatever, and something that's like completely, I don't know, like multiple, like Tua. I'm going to use Tua. I'm sorry, I'm going to use Tua as an example. Like, what if like he gets another concussion? Like it's I don't know. I just think that it's kind of a muddy area that they're going to be going down in some at some point. What else you got, Connor? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, MJ. Sorry.
Well, the last thing, that's why so many of the quarterback contracts now, it's how much of the money is guaranteed. They don't care about the big number. They care about the guaranteed number.
Of course.
And so when you're looking at somebody like Jalen Hurts, like so much of his contract was guaranteed, but the way it was guaranteed was signing bonuses where he can take it whenever, but it's back. Like, it's not that he can take it whenever. They can put it on the cap whenever. Instead of salary, there's only so much you can put on of salary at one time for a certain player. But the signing bonus is unlimited. So if they give him $100 million signing bonus, they can put it all on 1 year of the cap.
Right.
So that's where they're getting freaky with it, not just with void years, but with signing bonuses specifically, with the knowledge that this cap increase is coming.
Sounds like a signing boner.
Well, that I'm glad y'all brought that up, because that was actually my next point on how this will affect signing bonuses. Because if you look back in the day, contracts were set up to like purely be salary. We weren't seeing all these big guaranteed money lines like we are now. Like Derek Carr or Kirk Cousins getting $100 million guaranteed of his $180 million deal is crazy. That's half of his He don't even have to play, and he can sit on a couch and he gets $100 million guaranteed. And now you have the collective bargaining agreement to where, hey, the guaranteed's only going to get higher and the salary is going to get lower and lower and lower. I mean, I can play like Madden franchise and give someone a salary of this max amount of money, and they won't take it because the signing bonus isn't high enough. So you're even seeing it in like the games. People will not take these contracts if the signing bonus isn't to a certain standard they want it to be. And now it possibly will only get higher. We might see contracts almost fully guaranteed like we see in other sports.
It's going to be like baseball.
Yep.
Exactly.
But we're seeing like what's happening with baseball now, though. So I think that, and like, dude, and I was listening to Sports Talk Radio this week that at some point in our lifetimes we're going to see $1 billion contract.
I was just going to say that.
We are totally going to see $1 billion contract sometime. Yeah, man. Appreciate that, Vince. But no, 100%. They're totally going to end up having a $1 billion contract. You know what's going to be? It's going to be the fucking Dodgers that end up being the ones that have that contract. But I don't think I really don't think you're gonna see it in football, to be honest, just because it's going to be too much of a there's too many factors outside of
it could be NBA.
It could be
eventually.
That's fair.
But their media would have to get better, and it's not. So
it's not going to happen. Well, I mean, shit, you can say the same thing about baseball, but somehow baseball has guaranteed contracts.
TV deals.
Correct.
Even though
there's 32 teams, TV deals.
The TV deals keep getting more and more expensive.
Let's not talk about that fucking Cubs marquee network trash.
Bruce, you don't like marquee network?
No, we stop. I'm not going to get on this. I was on that shit fucking last year. We ain't going to talk about that shit, bro.
He's involved. We don't do that anymore.
Ah, okay.
Come on.
Well,
do you say he's involved?
Yes.
We don't do that anymore.
What? He doesn't make me fucking like go off on a fucking tangent. Anyway, all right, Kyle, what else you got for us, dog?
If you're gonna get Coach Bruce fired up about something, it better be Jeff Wertepny's home insurance.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
And when you call Jeff Wertepny at 704-464-4544, let him know that TDT Media sent you, and he will hook you up with good homeowners insurance after you bring that girl home from the bar. You can tell her that you're insured by Jeff Wertepny, and she'll be like, oh.
Ooh, baby, I love the way.
Every day.
Hey, why did it catch it like that? Thank you.
All right, what we got next?
Why'd
Scott?
they
What we
catch
got?
what like that, Tanner?
Hey, corner. Dylan, square.
Square.
You see him just
Gotta hit
pull
back,
out.
bro.
I swear.
Gotta hit
Well,
box.
I'm glad you talked about NBA possibly being the next sport to have guaranteed contracts, but we're not going to talk about that today. But we're going to talk about the NBA and a little bit of Chaos Central. Okay. Now, I know the All-Star game just came up. So, and people have been, for the past several years, they have been disappointed with the outcome of this All-Star game. And you had Steph Curry just randomly pulling up from half court and just draining the shot. It was crazy.
Man, it's the same shit for the past like 5,
But
6, 10 years. Whatever.
before I get into like the questions, I just want to see your thoughts on how this year's All-Star game was in terms of like maybe from what it was last year. Do you think it got better? Are you still disappointed with the outcome? What do you think needs to happen for it to be fixed? And then I got a couple questions for you guys to round out the segment.
Sorry, my calf is cramping. Oh,
Bro,
my gosh.
brother needs some.
gosh.
Bro, what did you just
Hey.
do,
Oh
bro?
my
What
God.
did you
Hold
just
on.
do?
Hey,
I'm
hey.
so glad he waited for this.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
This
so
is-
glad you waited.
Old man over here.
This is
no,
what
hold
we
on
need
over
right
here.
now. What we need right now, Sai, is for you to get some creamy freaking lotion and start
Y'all
massaging
really
that
want
calf.
that? Y'all really
still
want
going.
that?
Oh, it's still
Y'all
going.
really want that? Let me just start on
Still
Joe's
going.
leg.
Creamy
Oh, wait.
Square, Dylan. Square.
All right,
No.
real quick. I'll start. All right, mute these guys.
I'll mute him.
Mute these guys. All right. So the question, real quick, that you asked, was it disappointing? Yeah, it was disappointing. I didn't even watch the All-Star game. I didn't watch any of the All-Star weekend. I saw highlights. I did watch highlights, but it was just there was a lot of disappointment. There's a lot of just inconsistencies involved. Okay. So here's the thing. I grew up in an era where the All-Star game in the NBA actually mattered. You saw Jordan, you saw Pippen, you saw Olajuwon, Shaquille O'Neal, Anthony Hardaway, just Horace Grant, Isaiah Thomas, Reggie Miller, just guys that didn't give a shit and wanted to be the fucking king of the freaking show. And I miss that. And you're seeing like you've transitioned now into a game. Not even a game. It's just like guys that don't want to get hurt and just like don't even care about and take pride in their play. Okay, listen, I get Steph Curry's an amazing shooter. I've said this multiple times, best shooter of all time. I do not think that the NBA can fix the All-Star game until somebody like, I don't know, like Anthony Edwards or something like that will like just say like, screw you guys, like I want to be the best ever, I want to be just the dominant force in the NBA. You need a Kobe back, you need a Jordan back, you need somebody that's going to take the freaking NBA by the balls and say, listen, they're my balls now, bitches, and like you guys start playing, because you just have too many guys that are just sitting on the sidelines right now taking time off, and just like there's just no care, there's no pride, there's no like just I don't know. I think that competitiveness, everyone wants to be friends, and I'm tired of that shit. Stop being friends. Like when I grew up too, I wanted to whoop the shit out of my buddies, like in basketball and football and baseball, whatever sport we might have been playing. Shit, MJ is a fucking classic example of me coaching him and hearing some of the crap that I would say to him. He could totally tell you some of the shit I said to him, and that was what, almost 10 years ago now. But like I guarantee he could be like, dude, yeah, he would say some
11
shit.
years ago.
Yeah, wow, fuck. But damn. I'm glad your calf's okay. But yeah,
it's not, but thank you.
He genuinely just fell apart, guys.
But yeah, no,
okay.
I just it's disappointing. I'm disappointed in what the NBA has become. I don't watch it as much as I used to. I watch more college basketball now than I've ever watched college basketball before. And I watched a lot of college basketball. And it's just disappointing.
Guys, that hurts so bad.
It's such a little bitch.
Thank you for muting us, because
So painful.
It was bad.
Oh my gosh. We're talking about the NBA All-Star game, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we'll start off with this. Stephen Curry is the best point guard in history. Are you with us?
Correct.
You can continue.
Yeah.
I just had to put that one out there.
Yeah, Mr. AIDS can suck it. Pause. Anyway. Oh gosh. Why would you do that to yourself? Here's the thing, and this is gonna piss Bruce off, and it's fine. They haven't tried in the NBA All-Star game in like 30 years. I don't know where this narrative has come from that all of a sudden they're not
95.
What do you say?
95.
Maybe not 30, maybe 25.
But
like
since like I would say since like genuinely, no, you're not wrong. I think they haven't really tried since 2005.
Yeah, at least 20, 25 years. So it's not a new thing. The only reason the scores looked different is because we've got guys like Dame and Steph who can shoot from half court and make it. So it got even more casual because it used to just be open dunks. And now it's open dunks, but guys can shoot from really far. So if you're going to talk about that, let's have some realism here and talk about how long it's been. So how do you fix it? I don't think the international thing
I think it's dumb.
The same way in the NBA, because you would still have to do abbreviated games because you couldn't have these guys playing 2, 3, 4 games. I mean, in hockey, it's more physically taxing, but these guys are babies, so it's not going to work. Like Mr. LeBron's little baby ankle. I mean,
Paul George would be like,
Paul George is still sucking on his baby mama in Cancun right now.
Oh my God. Dude.
Did you not see that?
Yeah, he is.
No, I didn't.
Did you not see that? Just look up Paul George Cancun.
Right, I'll do it. Finish what you were saying. I'll take a look at it right now. Actually,
and
Connor, why are you laughing?
He talking about somebody sucking on their baby mama. What the heck?
Because he was.
He literally is.
He was.
There's documentation of him doing it.
Hold on.
Literally was posted on her Instagram story.
Please don't make me pull this and put this on the stream.
No. We know better. We know better.
Hold on. I'm looking right now. What? Oh no, that's
Bruce's
not
live reaction.
Hold up, I can't find it. I'm looking on Twitter right now. I can't find it. Hold on, latest.
Wait,
hold
we're
on,
over
hold
here
on.
looking it up. Hold on.
I got nothing. You gotta send it to me. Sai, you gotta send it to me. One of you guys gotta send it to me because I ain't found shit. Anyway. No, like real quick, MJ. Like, no, I totally agree.
Dude,
with
I
you.
found it right away, bro.
On Twitter?
Yes, I sent it in the TDT group chat.
All right, that's gonna be great. All right. Anyway, finish what you were saying, bro.
Yeah, bro. Finish what you're saying, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Without having the effort that you have in the NHL All-Star game, I don't care what format you do it in. It's not going to work. So it is all about the players, and it has nothing to do with the format. The format works in the NHL because it motivates the players.
Correct.
But when you already have so much international basketball and you just had the Olympics, I really don't think it would work like that. And how would you do it? Like, there's so many different countries. I mean, you could do like USA, Canada, Europe, and then everybody else. But like
Canada's basketball team would be fucking terrible.
No, their team is actually pretty good. They've got Jamal Murray, SGA. But the problem is, like,
France would be really good.
Out of the All-Star, who?
France would be really good.
Oh yeah. But out of the actual All-Stars, how do you make that work?
Truth.
So you would have to get rid of the honor of being an all-star and just do it like the NHL is doing.
But then, but you're also taking away, I don't know. I don't know if like the Olympic Committee would allow for something like that in the NBA. And it'd be like, again, it goes back to the Players Association too. You have to, I don't know. There's so many different hurdles to jump. By the way, I still haven't gotten that fucking video. You said you sent it to the TDT Media group. I haven't gotten that shit.
To the Twitter chat.
Oh, my bad. I didn't hear you say that. I thought you said I put it the TDT messages. Fair.
I assumed that as well, Bruce. It's okay. I was checking and looking for somebody sucking on their baby mama and couldn't.
Yo, he really.
It's.
I told you,
sucking on his baby mama.
I mean,
but it's a problem when we do it.
Whoa.
I mean, good for him.
I had
But-
$260 million in my pocket, and I got to go to Cancun. I mean, shit, why not?
Brother's just chilling, drinking fucking some wine on the fucking beach, like licking titties and taking names. Like, good for him. Whatever.
Isn't that what you wanted in hockey, Bruce?
Yes, that's
Exactly what Paul
100%.
George is doing.
It goes full circle. It goes full circle.
Big hits and big tits. Oh man,
America.
oh,
Anyway,
right, dude. Shit, he's living the dream right now.
Well, if y'all are done, I would like to stay on an international scale because if we're talking about making an all-star game like USA versus whoever or Canada versus whoever,
Okay.
there's already a format in place for that, and it happens every 4 years. It's called the Olympics.
Is that what
So
it's
in
called?
2028,
Or FIBA, you dumbass.
in 2028, the Summer Olympics will be played in Los Angeles. And I think they're doing like a dual thing in Paris too. I don't know. It's some weird thing they're doing this year. It's like a multi thing. I don't know. They're doing some weird thing.
They're doing
But-
the multiverse?
I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. But in Los Angeles, for sure they're having it there. But by this time, we could see two really big NBA All-Stars kind of leaving the game altogether. So LeBron James and Steph Curry have the most, if not some of the most, Olympic experience there is in terms of basketball. I mean, these two guys have played probably the most on the Olympic teams. LeBron James for sure has played the most. I know KD probably is up there as well, but
it's definitely not Curry.
it's not Curry.
No.
No.
It's not.
It's
It
not
has to
Curry.
be
I think
LeBron.
KD is the one that has played the most for an Olympic team. I think that's
Yeah.
Oh, is it really?
that's the real.
Shit.
Yeah,
It's not Curry.
I think
or
it's
LeBron,
KD.
but yeah.
It's not either. But that's why I said together they probably have the most.
Anyway,
But the topic of them is they said they don't even want to, if they are still playing, they don't even want to play in 2028. If that comes, they want to coach, and it could very well happen to we see LeBron and Curry coaching the USA Olympics men's team in basketball in 2028. And LeBron goes to say, he said, "I'll coach, and I'll guarantee we win gold. I guarantee it." So
okay.
in 2028, when Summer Olympics rolls around and you see USA basketball on your screen, is LeBron and or Steph Curry gonna be the coach?
Yes, with Steve Kerr as the head coach.
Agreed.
Kerr would love that.
But he said Steve Kerr wasn't coaching. He said Steve Kerr was not going to be the head coach. It was going to be him. He said Steve
said
Kerr
that?
wasn't coaching. Steph Curry.
Oh, he might not be coaching anymore. I don't know.
I'm not saying like him retiring. I'm saying like he's not going to coach the Olympics team because Steph Curry's going to make sure he doesn't coach the Olympics team. That's what
idiotic.
That's what he said.
I was about to say that just sounds fucking dumb.
I know.
Yeah, what are you
I'm just
talking
telling you.
about?
I'm just telling you what the quote is.
Did you get tricked by NBA Central?
No, this is like Sports Center who posted this.
That's basically the same thing at this point.
Yeah.
No,
Sources
I mean,
sources cannot confirm.
Regardless, I'm gonna answer the question.
thank you.
No,
Bruce.
no, he's not going to be fucking coaching. Neither one of them are going to be coaching the team. If LeBron was coaching the team, LeBron would have Bronny on that shit. So no, I'm not. Neither one of them are going to be coaching the team. If honestly, the only person, okay, with the amount of knowledge that LeBron James does have, though, with the game of basketball, and I'm going to give him credit for that. He has a shit ton of knowledge about the game of basketball. We see how the greats have There's only been like a few great NBA players that have been able to make that transition to coaching. And yeah, you're also coaching the best team like in the Olympics. And yes, I am that guy. 100% that's the best team in the Olympics. You're still not going to be able to necessarily get all those egos to combined. Like there's just a special Mike Krzyzewski does it the best in my opinion. Like even though he doesn't coach for Team USA anymore, Mike Krzyzewski did it the best. Steve Kerr's done a very, very good job. So MJ already alluded to that. The coach that I was actually trying to think would be able to replace Kerr. Man, that's a tough one. I might have given you something right there, MJ. You might be able to think of something off the cuff right now, but I can't really think of anything right now off the top of my head. But you're gonna have to find a guy that's going to be able to
manage a lot of large egos. And LeBron, well, yeah, LeBron has a large ego himself. Loves those Diddy parties. I just think that he's not going to be able to manage everybody on a basketball team at that magnitude. Included with what's called even with Curry, like he's the best shooter of all time, and arguably the best point guard of all time. I don't know if he'd be able to manage all those egos either. I've never seen Curry draw up a play. I've seen LeBron draw up plays before, but again, if we get a LeBron James head coach of Team USA, we're going to see Bronny James as like a starter for Team USA. We don't.
Oh gosh.
Many are saying. Many are fearing. Bronny's not that good.
Because it's not Spoelstra. Spoelstra was the assistant for Kerr this year.
Well, I do like Spoelstra too.
It's not, but it's not him. He couldn't even manage Jimmy Butler.
I don't know, man. I genuinely.
I mean, I have a guy who's been retired for a while.
Oh, I've got one that's going to piss people off.
Who?
JJ Redick.
I fucking thought that myself. I didn't say it. That's awesome. Yeah. Well, no, you know what though? He can't manage LeBron. Like he can't tell him to shut the fuck up. That's the only. That's why in my head I was like, nah, maybe not him. But I do like that actually. If we're gonna go like that, I'm gonna get the fucking Krzyzewski fucking disciple and say John Shire.
Fair.
Illinois' own baby. Let's go.
I mean, it's possible. It's just it's hard. Like those guys were such good college coaches that, like, they were just so respected by these guys that's why they worked. But
true. Real quick, all right.
I kind of have an idea first before you go. What about a guy who's been with a lot of all-star players in his time? I don't know if y'all mentioned it. I can't remember if you said just his last name. What about Spoelstra?
We did.
No, I literally just said that would work.
Okay. Yeah. You didn't expand on it, which is why I was.
He kind of did. He said he couldn't handle Jimmy Butler, but Jimmy Butler was also. Jimmy
I
Butler.
know, but it's like, dude had like. He was there when LeBron was there. He was there.
And Wade.
Wade was there. He was there when Bosch was there. He was there when.
He was there when they were there.
Yes.
He was the head coach in 2008.
And he was also
since 2008.
He was there. He was also there when Shaquille O'Neal was there too when they won. But he wasn't a coach.
He was on
the staff. But I think
been
he was
with the Heat since '97. Yeah, but he got the head coaching job in 2008.
Yeah,
and he's been around these guys.
I mean, I don't mind that. I really don't, actually. I really don't.
That's like the first guy that came to mind for me.
I don't know.
You can continue with what you were going to say, Bruce. Sorry.
I honestly, I don't even remember off the top of my head what I was going to say. Off the top of my head. But hold on. Actually, real quick. So this is the first time we've been on, though, MJ, since the Super Bowl. I do want to get like quick, like, we're about to sign off in a little bit, but it's a quick reaction to the Super Bowl.
I mean, friend of the channel, Jalek's Hunt is a Super Bowl champion. We do kind of have to, so we gotta talk about that. Our friend sacked a lot of people's favorite quarterback on the biggest stage of all. Like,
it's true.
Cooper DeJean got his first ever career NFL interception with 6 on his birthday. He's only 22.
Real quick.
It's our Jackie Robinson.
Hold on.
He's our Jackie Robinson.
Oh my God, that's fucking awesome.
Thank you, Connor, because I was going to say that exact thing.
Hold on, real quick. Before, did you guys see I saw a social media thing on TikTok talking to Cooper DeJean's ex that she ended up banging. Like,
I saw that too.
His roommate. And like, he had the best revenge now. He's like, bitch, fuck you.
She was like, he's stealing my DMs, and he's like, he's got it, girl. And she is like by far better looking than that other girl.
Shocker.
Like it's not even close. But she's like, he's stealing my DMs.
Yeah, but
Oh,
guess
yeah,
what though? Guess what?
playing the
She's
Super
gonna be
Bowl.
she's out there doing her fucking thing in Iowa, or where the fuck she is, and he's a
Iowa.
Super Bowl,
Yeah,
Super Bowl champion, being able to pull ass at any fucking bar that he goes to.
She's trying to shut corn, if you know what I mean.
Yeah!
Yeah!
USA! USA! All right.
I don't know
Anyway.
about that one.
Oh no.
MJ, what you got? Brothers tap out.
Patrick Mahomes is still more talented than Tom Brady ever was. That's all I got.
Easy keeps it simple.
Same record through their first 5 Super Bowls. Suck it, Tom.
He hates Tom Brady.
I know.
Get your ugly looking Ozempic self off Fox Sports. Please and thank you.
Shout out. Hey, Greg Most.
Ozempic, bro.
Probably back, hopefully.
He's like, hey, TB12, hashtag Ozempic.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Ozempic.
At least it's not Pfizer.
Hey, man. No, that's true. That's true.
Mr.
Anyway.
Ozempic.
MJ, you got any last things to say, dog?
America, baby. America.
Let's America, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hey, sorry we got. Hey, real quick, as we're signing off, sorry we missed you guys for the past few weeks. There's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes with MJ and I and all the other guys too. So it's nice to jump on and get the crew back together. Next week, hopefully, we got a guest for you guys. I got some things in the works, but depends if they get back to me or not. And it was a pleasure to see you guys again.
Yeah. After all the low-key bad news that some of us have heard in the past couple of weeks, good to finally get back together.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Connor, you got anything? Oh my God.
No, I don't have anything. I think a glitch happened or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, as you're cheesing over there, but
That being said, it's time for the best commercial in podcast history. Card guy, let's go.
Woo! See y'all next week.
See you guys next week. USA!